Here's the offending substance, chocolate. Smells nice. Probably tastes nice as well, but actually I'm not that keen on chocolate. Now I've only got a few minutes and this is done without a script, so I'm going to have to sort of improvise a bit. Okay, so chocolate. Theobromine cacao, named because it's the food of the gods, according to Linnaeus. It's from Central America, or probably South America actually, and it's in the same family as lime flower trees, durian, cotton, mallows, hollyhocks, and hibiscus, and cola nuts actually. Now it's interesting in the sense that it's actually two different drugs in a way. One of the drugs is the kind of drug where you have it in small quantities, and that includes things such as the theobromine, you know, the chemical that your body makes when you're in love, which is it's a similar chemical to caffeine, and it stimulates, as a result, it doesn't stimulate your brain as much, but it stimulates your circulation in the same way as caffeine does. So it's quite useful, for example, in cases of heart failure, where there's water retention, dropsy and so forth, and also it's diuretic. It does contain antioxidants and flavonoids. However, more than half the plants species in the world contain substances in the flavonoid family. Flavonoids are useful because they strengthen blood vessel walls, and they also, what do? They make it possible to absorb vitamin C. Antioxidants, they slow down the aging process. However, it hasn't really got more of them in than a lot of other substances. It's one of those cases where you get a group of people trying to market a particular substance and pushing it on that basis. The other side of it, though, is the cocoa butter. Now, the cocoa butter is interesting because it is, of course, a saturated fat, which is produced by a plant rather than an animal. And it is actually quite similar to butter in a lot of ways. And this is useful for various things, for example, for suppositories, pessaries, and also for coating pills and things to make them more palatable. And it can also obviously be used to make soap and all the usual stuff. I used to have a big tub of cocoa butter, but I never managed to use it. It would be quite useful for making skin cream. So that's how cocoa or chocolate is a good thing. Another really major use, which I've actually put it to, is that it's good for asthma. If it's pure, you have to make sure you don't have all the other stuff in it. So you don't have sugar and dairy and all that kind of thing. This is obviously dark chocolate. By the way, this is also fair traded. When my son had an asthma attack, I gave him very pure chocolate, which enabled the bronchial tube to dilate. And it used to be used in, and it stopped him from having an asthma attack. It came to an end. How long have I got? Okay. So the asthma attack side of thing is actually quite useful, although presumably tolerance would develop after a while. I'm not keen on chocolate. I don't actually like it as a substance. It's something I can sort of take or leave. The other thing is, it's had a load of stuff put in it which traditionally it didn't have. And in fact, solid chocolate wasn't invented until the 19th century. And I think of it more as a sort of cinnamon-like spice. I've used it as a spice in curries. Actually, eating it like this is a bit peculiar to me. I know people do this and they're really keen on it. There seems to be a gender difference there. I don't know what's behind that. So, is chocolate good for you? Well, it's good for you if you don't eat very much of it, and if you eat it in a relatively pure form. If you eat it with loads of other stuff in it, like the lecithin and sugar and dairy and all the other stuff, then probably not, I'm afraid. And also, the hyping of the antioxidant and flavonoid content is something you can find in a lot of other things, and it's not that special. Anyway, happy Easter. If you like this video, please rate, comment and subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me why so that I can improve, and I'll see you tomorrow.